this is Paul Chek, and welcome to part 2 of my little mini-series, How to Survive in a Modern World, just in case you're not sure where you're at. Okay, now, we talked in part 1 about yin and yang and the life-death force and the essential nature of keeping those forces balanced to keep yourself positive on the life side. Remember, the balance of yin and yang, as I presented it, means the optimal accumulation of energy and resources so you can most joyously express yourself each day, like I do. Okay, so what do we need now that we understand the life-death force? What are some absolute essentials for surviving in a modern world? Well, all I can share with you is what works for me. So, 1, have a dream worth living for. People that don't have a dream lack passion, they lack juice. Their biggest interest is what's in the newspaper, who's screwing who, tabloid magazines, and silly shit. Let's get juicy! We got a lot to do. We got soils to rehabilitate, waters to clean, beautiful, natural, eco homes to build. We got love to make. We got sports to play. We got stories to read. We got music to make. There's a lot to do in this place, man. Most people act like they're in some shithole. You're in destination cool, man. Planet Earth. People come here for billions of miles. You know how far I came to get here? Star systems, man. So what we need is to have a dream worth living for. If you don't have, Jerry West says, if you have a big enough dream, you don't need a crisis. Oh, great spirit. If you don't know what your dream is, what juices you, then what makes you feel alive? What makes you feel passionate? What makes you feel motivated? Let's just say you're 19 years old, a college student, and you say, well, my real passion, my real dream is to be a pilot. But you think you can't do anything about it now. Yes, you can. You can fantasize about it. You can dream about it. You can draw about it. You can go shop for airplanes on the internet and get clear on what you're manifesting. You can study pilots' manuals. You can learn from other pilots. Probably piles of stuff on YouTube. You can work on being a pilot every day so that when the opportunity arises, you're ready, right? There's no problem working on a dream if you get motivated. All right. Now, if you don't know what makes you feel alive and passionate, and you don't have a dream, then we go for the nightmare. What is my nightmare? What is the biggest source of stress, the biggest challenge or pain in the ass in your life? That paradoxically becomes your dream, because that's the chief source of stress in your life. That's the chief death force in your life, potentially. So your dream becomes to get real honest with yourself and get real clear about what you want, which I teach you exactly how to do in PPS Success Mastery Lesson 1. Take you through the whole process, man, step at a time. Works well. Worked for me. So what is my nightmare? Get focused on it and reduce your stress, and you will feel the life rising back up in you, and your sense of humor will return. Okay? Once you know what your dream is, or what makes you feel alive, passionate, and motivated, and you're willing to live to do that, or you know which nightmare needs to be addressed now, then we have to have core values. Remember, your yes has no value until you learn to say no. Most of you know people that have a hard time saying no because they don't have a clear sense of self or a clear sense of direction in their life. And what do we call those people? Pushovers. We call them doormats. They end up doing everything for everybody else, and those people often learn to get their sense of self-worth and self-value by being useful to other people's, but often at the expense of their own joy, their own freedom, and at the expense of being honest about their needs. So your yes has no value until you learn to say, no, I cannot stay late tonight because I'm on my way to go build my model airplane or fly my plane or work out in my gym or weed my garden. I got a date with my garden. You got to be clear about that or people will work you to death. Mostly doing their shit. So, what is happiness? What is happiness for you? Dr. Happiness cannot be experienced until you define what happiness is. In my book, The Last 4 Doctors You'll Ever Need, How to Get Healthy Now multimedia ebook, I take you through this one step at a time if you want help. So clearly define happiness, and happiness can only be experienced when you know what values support that experience. So movement, how much movement and what type of movement do I need? How much working out versus how much working in? I explain that in my book, How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy. Only when you know what you're trying to create will you know the balance of working in and working out. If all you want to do is be fit and be a healthy grandparent that plays with their kids, you don't need the same kind of workout that Laird Hamilton or Danny Way or some football pro or some mountaineering guy needs. So once you know what it is that your dream is, then you know how to calculate how much movement is necessary to experience the dream. Quiet. Movement, yang, must be balanced by quiet, yin. Sleep. We all need at least 8 hours of sleep until proven otherwise. So far I haven't seen many that have proven it to me. Lots of people have told me they can get by on less, but once I start running tests on them, I find a lot more death than I do life. So be careful who you listen to. How much rest? So we got sleep, but we got rest. Active rest. Passive rest. Doing something that you love to do at a reduced intensity. Active. Doing something other than your primary sport. Climbing mountains. Passive. Go for a swim. Introspection. You have to have time to go in. The yogis say if you don't go within, you go without. So I spend a lot of time meditating, doing Tai Chi, sitting in my sauna, hanging out with me. What a great thing. I love it. Finally, diet. What quality do you need? Organic or biodynamic? What quantity do you need? Well, that'll depend on what you're doing up here, and how much of this you're getting. What are your individual needs? If you look at my Primal Pattern Diet Typing or Eating the Czech Way webinar, I show you how to fine-tune your individual needs for your specific needs from moment to moment or meal to meal or day to day. And you'll find out once you use the system, diet books don't work. That's why there's about 5,000 of them out there and we're fat. Okay, so you got to learn to manage yourself. And water, half your body weight in ounces of water a day keeps the doctor away, baby. As Robert Rakowski says, the best solution for pollution is dilution. Water is nature's chief solvent, and Red Bull, soda pop, tea, bottled cat piss that they call water, 7 times filtered, that means 7 times dead. That's not real water. Water. High quality water, I show you what high quality water is in my book, How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy. But these are the essential values that you have to improve the likelihood of being happy on a daily basis. This is what I have to do so I can give something to you. If I don't love me first, I have nothing left for you. You just become a pain in the ass to me if I'm run down. But because I know who you are, because I know who I am, try to make a little time for you as often as I can to share this with you, because I would love to see you all be happy, healthy, and vital, because happy, healthy, vital people don't start wars. They don't shit in their backyard, metaphorically. They help clean up the planet. They love each other, and we don't get into religious silliness and fighting over whose savior is who and all that stuff, because we know we're all sharing the same experience together. So that's part 2 today. Look forward to our next edition in our little mini-series, How to Survive in a Modern World. See you soon.